What is up guys, Stark here. Today I'm going to be doing a 30 stamina Camie walkthrough. Now Camie's Fortnite is really easy, but it does have a condition that's pretty annoying where you can only take characters that cost 49 or less. This means you can't use any of your evolved raid bosses or your legend characters, which does cut away some of the teams that you can use. But we're going to be using a double law team. If you don't have a law, you can take an Assure Zoro and a law friend. And as for your support units, you could pretty much just use whatever dex units you have. I'm just using the ones I have because they're my strongest ones, and I'm using the dog penguin because one of the variations of Camie's boss fight has a bunch of fodder units that have really high defense, and using the dog penguin can knock them out in one turn, and then you can kill Camie in pretty much one attack. So with that said, we're just gonna jump right into the actual Fortnite. So here we go. Most of the units you're going to find in this Fortnite are going to be blue units, so a green team will have pretty much no trouble clearing this Fortnite unless your levels are extremely low. Some of the skill books that you can find in this Fortnite are the Legend Rayleigh skill books, which are very rare, but if you have them, you're definitely going to want to farm this Fortnite and get as many as you can. Another skill book you can find is the Namor skill books, and although his special is outclassed by koalas, if you don't have koala, he's still not a bad unit to have, and his stats are pretty good, so you definitely want to try and max his special if you can. The only other special that I would really recommend trying to max in this Fortnite is a Pooh. He combos really well with Law, having the ability to change tandem and meat orbs into green orbs, which lets you have a full board of green orbs for your final burst on a boss fight. The other specials really aren't that great. Miss Merry Christmas is okay. Well, she'll empty the adjacent orbs and give you a small orb boost for one turn. It's not the best, but I mean, it's something. And if you have Rayleigh, you're gonna be farming this Fortnite a lot anyway to try and get the books. So you'll probably end up maxing all the other characters by the time you get enough books for Rayleigh. So the mini boss here is Hachi, and he will start by doing nothing, and then after his first turn he will change your orbs to either block, psi, or meat orbs. So here you go, he's going to switch my orbs up, and he'll do this every other turn from now on. It's not really that big of a deal, but you do want to make sure you don't get Hachi under 20%. If you get him under 20%, he will blind you for 10 turns, which could make the boss stage a little bit of a challenge if you're not good at timing your attacks. But if you look up here where his health bar is, you can see the little box. Right after that is where his 20% marker starts. It's not precise, but if you just keep that in mind, you should be able to keep him over 20%. And he only hits for 2500, so it's not even that big of a deal if you drop him under 20%. You should still be able to beat the boss. So here we go, here's the boss stage. There are a couple different variations of the boss stage, and I'll have them all in the video after this. But for the one we got here is the one I was talking about earlier, where she has the fodder units with her with extremely high defense. So we could just use the dog penguin here to knock them all out. There we go, that makes it extremely easy. Now the reason why I don't take Golden Pound Usopp instead of the dog penguin is because one of the other variations of the boss stage, she puts up immunity, which pretty much just cancels out Golden Pound Usopp, so I figure it's just easier to take the dog penguin. So you have that easy kill. And there you go. Camie, she's really easy to beat, she doesn't have a lot of health, so don't worry too much about her. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. So this is another variation of Camie's boss fight. She'll appear with 3 fishmen behind her, and she will make it so that you have an increased chance of getting red orbs for 999 turns. And since you're using a green team, it's going to decrease your damage slightly, but it's not that big of a deal. Just be careful if you note the fisherman's cooldowns. They can all be different at random when you come into the fight. So you obviously want to kill the ones with the 1 turn cooldown as soon as possible. I try and kill the blue ones first because killing the red one does take a couple turns. So I don't want to take too many hits because this stage can kill you if you do get really bad luck with your red orbs. You could also use Law Special and just clear the board and hope for some green orbs, but you don't really have to do that. So once you kill the red guy, Camie is really easy to kill, and this stage shouldn't give you too much of a problem. So this is the final variation for Camie's Fortnite, and this one is the hardest one in my opinion. She will start with 1 fishman behind her, and she will put up an immunity buff, so you can't use Golden Pound here. But if this fishman guy in the back attacks you, he will most likely kill your team, unless you're using like a double-ish or a Zoro team or something. He hits really hard, so you definitely want to go after him first, and even if that means Camie is going to attack you, it's not a big deal. She doesn't do that much damage, so you definitely want to make sure you kill this guy before he attacks you. So here we go, this is the secret stage, Papoog. He will just start off by healing your team and despairing your captain for 2 turns. It's not that big of a deal, and as you're going to see, it's going to be extremely easy to kill him, even with the despair on your captain.